Hey Taurus, how are y'all doing? I hope you're excited about December. I'm pretty excited about December. I am. So I'm Joshua and I want to start off by kind of giving y'all like astrological highlights of the month. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going ahead and starting shuffling here. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle your cards and dig in here. But yeah, so let's go ahead and let's look at the major things that are happening astrologically right now. Oh, and also I want to let y'all know that I'm using the Rider-Waite tarot deck, and then I'm going to be incorporating rune stones using black agate stones. Okay. So, Taurus, I want to know how was your November? How was last month for you? Because you know you had that full moon that was in your sign, and I was quite happy about it, honestly. I was excited for it. It was a beautiful moon, and it was a super moon, you know? So let me know how that was for you. So this month in December, the full moon happens on the 3rd, and it's going to be in Gemini. And so moon being in Gemini, it's kind of collectively inspires people to be a little more social and conversational. You know, so whereas you might be a little shy, you might be feeling a little more like, you know, talking to people. And then your cards are popping right out. But it can also be a restless kind of energy for the moon, you know, being in Gemini. And some people might feel like being pulled in two different directions, you know? And so just, you know, just note that. And then also know that Mercury retrograde does happen on the same day as the full moon. Yep, and Mercury retrograde it'll be retro until the 22nd, and it'll go direct again. Okay, so it's really a period, you know, of reflection for everyone. And bear in mind, you know, it's discouraged usually to sign any new contracts if you can avoid it. You know, just try not to put, you know, too much energy into starting anything new or signing on anywhere. Because a lot of the times, you know, with Mercury being retrograde, if you contracts being signed during that time often face a lot of, you know, delay and can face some issues. So just bear that in mind. So and then the new moon happens on the 18th, happens in Sagittarius, and it'll only be in Sagittarius for 6-ish hours, and then it'll go void, of course, you know. And so and during that period, and it doesn't last that long, but you know, it can be a little like foggy, you know. It can be, ooh, y'all got a bonus card. You can feel a little, you know, foggy during that time. But it doesn't last for long. It doesn't last for long, you know. And the winter solstice starts on the 21st when the sun goes into Capricorn. And so, you know, that's a good place for y'all. You know, Capricorn is your fellow earth sign, and you know, I feel like it's going to be a pretty good time for y'all, really. Because you'll be within your element. So let's look at the cards now. They are all out. And while you are looking at this, I'm going to go ahead and pull some rune stones as well. December looks like for Taurus. Okay. Okay, so what I'm kind of seeing, especially for the first week here of December, you have the Devil, and the Devil card is also the Capricorn card, and it's in reverse for you guys. So it makes me feel like, especially paired with the rune Buraq, and Buraq represents like your home, you know, those who you consider to be your true home. It's also the rune of fertility, all right? New romance, new ideas, new, you know, birthing new things. So what I'm picking up for you guys is there's a little bit, there might be some struggle going on in your home lives. Okay? And it could be you struggling with yourself, embracing, you know, that masculine and feminine side of yourself. Okay, it could be something on an individual, personal basis like that. Because with Buraq being like the home rune, you know, what, you know, the things that hit home for you, it could be you struggling to embrace your shadow side, you know, and needing to embrace your shadow side in order, you know, to grow, in order to have those new beginnings. But I do still sense, though, that this could be, you know, some struggle, some struggle maybe with for some of you, it might be some struggles with your romantic partners, you know, your intimate partnerships. There may be some things that need to be communicated. Maybe you need to take a step back from each other, you know, because there's some unsteadiness here. There's some unsteadiness here and some restlessness. But moving on into the second week, you have the Page of Cups, and it's reversed. Okay, and so I feel like, you know, I feel like a lot of this is hitting home for you guys, okay? And I feel like with the Page of Cups here, it's saying your partner, an intimate relationship is wanting to communicate some things to you, and maybe there's some things that you're wanting to communicate to them, but it's a little bit, like there's a struggle. For some reason you keep catching yourself, or they keep catching themselves, and they're not completely, or you're not completely sharing your true feelings. Okay, and so messages, so you see the fish? The messages between you two might just be a little muddled. And, on an individual basis, this might be, for those of you who aren't in a relationship, this could be, you just maybe having difficulty receiving in messages and affirmations. Maybe, and you, Taurus, let's be honest, you're not a fan of like change, right? You're not the biggest fan of, sudden changes, And Burok, again, it's a rune of new beginnings and changes and things, being birthed into reality. And pages are about new beginnings and new starts, and I think with it being reversed here, there's something about you fighting yourself over it. But there's no need to fight, okay? Because change is good. We're coming to the end of the year, the end of a cycle. It's time to give rest to the old and give birth to the new. And so by the third week, okay, you have the 9 of Cups here. And 9 of Cups is reversed. So I think this is like you coming to terms with things. You coming to terms with things, answers, coming in, feeling better about yourself, but there's still like some unknown factor here. Something you're struggling to go maybe as deep as you should go. Or like for those of you who are coupled and, struggling with this in the first week, there might be y'all just really needing to go deeper, go deeper than just surface level. And that can be uncomfortable, it's never that fun to do. And, I know it can be hard to talk about your feelings and whatnot, but that is something that you really got to embrace. It's like there's a part of yourself that you're hiding back here, behind this curtain. But it's like you're gaining that momentum. And your rune for the second half is Eol. It's a rune of new influences and relationships entering your life, and even friendship. And it's also a protective rune. It might be indicating, especially in the third week here, again, you're just maybe being too protective of yourself. Like being too protective of yourself, that you're hiding yourself, those ooey gooey vulnerable parts that are uncomfortable but are necessary to show, to those who are close to you. Embracing the shadow side here. It's okay to embrace the shadow side. We all have a shadow side. And when you do that, Eol here is bringing you in new and wonderful things. If you just allow yourself to dig deep and to say what you feel and say what you need to say. It's going to take you it's going to take you to a whole new level where you just feel free. But with the Fool being reversed here, I'm still showing that there's just still, by the end of the month, there's still you doubting the process, okay? You doubting and, just maybe being a little untrustworthy, of letting go, okay? But, the Fool, so look at the Fool upright. He's the epitome of a free spirit. He's not worried that he's on the edge of a cliff, that he's taking a risk. He's completely, has an air of complete freedom and gayness about him. He's not worried. He's not worried that he might fall, that he might stumble. He's not. So don't doubt so much. Allow yourself to embrace the Fool's energy more at the end of the month. I know risks are scary and being vulnerable is scary, but in order to really receive in, I feel like this is something you got to do because your hesitancy is kind of getting in the way a little bit. But hey, y'all got a bonus card and you got Ace of Wands. So I kind of feel like, and paired again, going back to Eel, you have help. You have divine help wanting to help guide you through this whole situation here. Whether it be, with your partner, with your relationships, or just within yourself here, embracing the shadow of yourself. This fiery energy that is coming, from the clouds here is bringing you new opportunity and new wonderful relationships that are going to set you up for like that steady long haul that you want. This is receiving from spirit, from the universe, and co-creating even, co-creating with the universe and trusting the universe to take care of you. So you are, I'm definitely showing you are being helped, and this process is, embracing your shadow side and communicating effectively with your partner, with those at home, and allowing yourself to be vulnerable and open up. It's going to produce magic for you. It's going to produce great things, a journey that is a very influential and beautiful place for you. Yeah, so that is pretty much all I have for you, Taurus. So I hope that was helpful. Please like, share, comment, let me know what you thought of this reading, how you think maybe it was applicable to you. And yeah, so guys, just have a great December. Happy Christmas. I will start doing personal readings in the new year, probably in January, and I will keep y'all up to date with that. And so until next month, y'all have a good one. Bye for now.